Hey guys, today we're gonna talk about manipulation. Manipulation is a tactic someone uses to gain control over another person, usually in an attempt to get what they want, often at other person's expense. Manipulative partner knows your weaknesses and uses them to attack you. Manipulation in relationships can be difficult to recognize because we all are blind when we are in love. But over time, manipulative behavior in relationship can f up your entire life, not only in relationship with this person. Today, we will learn how to recognize the signs of emotional manipulation and stop wasting your time with that person, because nothing good usually comes out of relationships with this dynamic. Guys, according to YouTube policy, 18+ content can be promoted or monetized. I'm doing this for free just to raise the level of sexual education, because someone has to talk about these topics loudly. So please like and subscribe, it's not that hard and I'll appreciate it a lot. So first of all, in the beginning, it's hard to recognize a manipulator. They know how to adapt to the situation and make them look like a person you were looking for the entire life. They are very nice and caring to get you on the hook. So some people have manipulative mindset by their nature, while some study it on purpose. My ex spent 7 years learning about different manipulation techniques, and I found out about this and it was too late. So it's not always gonna be obvious from the first sight. So here there are signs to look for. First of all is a guilt trip. No matter what types of emotional manipulation you are experiencing, you will eventually feel bad. In the end, you begin to question yourself and wonder if you are the root of all of these problems. So the best manipulators will use guilt as a tool to further exploit you. And the next one is passive-aggressive behavior. Unlike direct communication, passive-aggressive people do not express their true feelings. Your partner may use avoidance tactics, such as actively avoiding you or avoiding discussions about certain topics. Sarcasm can be another sign of passive-aggressive communication. They may be trying to get attention with an overly dramatic gesture. And the next one is lying and blaming. A manipulative person will probably try to avoid accepting responsibility for their actions. To present themselves in a better light, they tend to lie and exaggerate. They make you doubt on your memory of the incident and make you feel responsible for something that wasn't your fault at all. Despite the fact that many say white lies are harmless, someone who is trying to manipulate your emotions can't be trusted. And the next sign, the next red flag is the threats. If you refuse to comply with their demands, your partner may threaten to leave you. Your partner might even threaten to harm themselves. Happened to me once when the guy promised to crash in the mountains if I leave him, and he actually did. Like, he ended up in the hospital blaming me for that. They are threatening self-harm to force you into doing what they want. Whether they actually hurt themselves or not, self-harm must always be taken seriously. While maintaining any boundaries, you can support your partner in seeking assistance and mental health. Withdrawal and withholding. If your partner becomes distant from you, that may also be an indication of emotional manipulation. If you are doing something that they don't want you to be doing, they might treat you silently. So they might withhold information, love, or even sex as a form of punishment for your wrongdoings, as they think. So they might keep withdrawing or holding back until you comply with their demands or until you accept responsibility for an incident that wasn't your fault. And the next one is isolation. A person who wants to control may attempt to break off your contact with friends and family. The reasons can vary, and one of my dudes constantly was telling me that I was hanging out with losers, even though he wasn't in a good place himself. Your partner might try to make you feel isolated from your loved ones to make you reconsider your decision to end the relationship. They want you to depend on them. It's simpler for the manipulator to control you if you don't have anyone else to turn to, and if you depend on them in any ways. So they try to isolate you from society financially, socially, and physically, and they try to make you dependent on them. It can be a very good lover who makes you addicted to sex with them. It can be a rich dude who forces you to leave your job, etc. They keep comparing you to others. Making comparisons between you and other people can be very offensive, especially when they compare you to their crazy exes. Watch for this red flag. If he always claims his exes were crazy bitches, he is probably a narcissist. If he compares you to them when you do something wrong, this is a manipulation. And the next one is you aren't even sure about your own reality. The goal of manipulation is to separate you from your gut through a variety of techniques. If you start to doubt your sanity, that's a sign that something is off and manipulation might be taking place. When I lived with a manipulator, I was literally feeling that I was losing my shit and started questioning my actions and my thoughts, which has never happened to me before. So be careful, the line between sanity and insanity is very thin. They demand proof of your love. Watch out for the partners who frequently put your love to the test, perhaps by beginning their sentences with "if you really love me," from "if you love me you would do that," to the statement could be anything. This strategy manipulates your feelings of guilt and shame to force you to do something you don't want to do and you are not supposed to do it. They play the victim. So let's describe a situation. You have an argument with your partner. Even if it was your partner who acted like an asshole, they are still upset and can't believe that you hurt them like that. So regardless of whose fault it actually was, it's a tactic they use to avoid taking accountability for their own behavior and to make you feel like a bad and unworthy partner. And the next one, you feel insecure. Making you feel bad about yourself can be one of way manipulators use their power over you. So they can point out your weak sides, comment on your looks, or they can even make your achievements look like a failure. My partner was telling me that because I worked too much, I didn't enjoy life. So I wasn't fun, I wasn't liberated, etc. So he would have felt more comfortable if I was irresponsible like him. And the next one is changing opinions. Being a constant change of minder is one of the characteristics of emotional manipulators. You never know where your partner stands, so their shifting viewpoints can have a significant impact on you. You'll find yourself walking on eggshells because their good mood today turns in a very shitty the next day, which makes it difficult to make plans and know what to expect from them at all. So they adapt to any situation, and the opinion they gave you yesterday can be changed dramatically if the discussion takes place under different circumstances or when other people are listening. So, how to deal with a manipulator? You have to express your discomfort if your partner is forcing their beliefs and values on you even though they conflict with your own. Compromising will have an effect on both your emotional well-being and your relationship. Establish boundaries. Declare the boundaries of what is appropriate behavior toward you and what types of treatment you will not accept. Make it clear for them that these actions will have consequences. And be prepared to leave. The relationship may be able to survive if your partner is prepared to respect your boundaries and you both refrain from engaging in toxic behaviors that will resurrect old patterns. If your partner is not on board with this, you might start to considering your life outside of the relationship. And pay attention to your inner voice and decide whether this relationship is right for you. Because this is not the end of the world. We are born alone and we die alone. Consult a specialist. Investing in your own mental health and self-care is crucial if you don't want to repeat the same mistake in future. Don't let the fear of shame prevent you from seeking help from a qualified professional. Thanks for watching this video. Be happy and don't date manipulators. And I'll see you next time in Bed with Kate.